Hello, hi, welcome to Wonderslut. My name is Rebecca Crosby. I'm here with Amanda Black, right?
Yes.
Okay. Um, Amanda, I'm so excited to do this conversation with you. I'm also live on TikTok. Hello, live TikTok people. And this is an awkward angle, but this is her beautiful face. And I'm just going to set you up right here while we talk. Okay, Amanda, introduce yourself however you feel comfortable.
Yeah. So my name is Amanda, and I'm the founder of the Solo Female Traveler Network. We are the largest community for solo female travelers around the world, and we also run a really amazing organized group tours specifically for women. So that's my name, and that's what I do.
Okay. I love it. And when you say solo travel, you mean people just sign up and then you end up in a group of people on the experience?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not going by yourself, you're actually joining a group.
Right. But
Yes.
because our tours are designed specifically for women coming solo, we incorporate more free time. So there's more like solo optional solo time if you want it.
Sure.
And there's no single supplement, that kind of thing.
Okay, I love this so much. This like makes me so happy. So tell me how you got to this calling because I know you did something different before.
Yeah. So before this, I mean, honestly, I was working a trillion different jobs and traveling kind of like pretty nomadically, living in different countries. And, you know, I had so many incredible experiences traveling solo, but sometimes things happen. Sometimes things just happen when you're a backpacking woman by herself. So my kind of last straw was when I got robbed, like robbed blind. And I knew, I was in a place where I knew that there were lots of women around me who would help me, but I didn't have a way to connect with them. So as soon as I replaced my computer, I started a Facebook group because Facebook was cool at the time. And it was a group that exploded in popularity. And after some time running that, my members wanted to go on a trip together. So I put a trip to Bali together and it more than sold out. And I have been running trips ever since.
That is so fun. So you backpacked. I also backpacked when I was in my 20s. I
Mhm.
anticipated going by myself, and my best friend at the time decided she wanted to go with me. So we did that for 7 weeks, and it was such a cool experience.
Yeah.
She got robbed. I did not, but I was so thankful to have her on that journey. It was very cool. So so many different questions. You're single, right?
Yes.
Okay. So are most of the women that come, are they single also?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, I can't say there's a majority in either direction, but plenty of women who come on the tours are married. Some of them have kids, even, and a lot of them are single. So, yeah, I don't think that generally means anything.
Yeah, yeah, that's not really a thing. So, what did you were able to quit all your jobs and just focus on this solely? Is that right?
Well, to be fair, at the time, I didn't really have all those jobs. I was an expat in Australia, struggling to get one job that paid me at least minimum wage. So it was a pretty good time in the sense that I didn't really have a lot to lose. Like, I wasn't having to sacrifice time at work to do this. So, yeah, at the time, I had a negative bank account balance when I did our first trip.
Mhm.
And, I didn't really profit much off that first trip. It was $1,000 for one all inclusive week in Bali. So I probably lost money, to be fair. But um, yeah, this became my job, and it kind of quickly became my full-time job.
Okay, so that takes some guts to just I mean, you seem like you're just kind of a wanderer like I am also. Like you've lived in all these different places and just kind of braving through the world, which is not like a super comfortable spot to be, especially as a woman. We're expected
Mhm.
to behave and get in line and I fight with the narrative of what am I doing? Like on a daily basis. I don't have an 8 to 5 job. I mean, I
Mhm.
literally do whatever the fuck I want to do. And
Mhm.
you have to work really hard to earn that life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's the hard work, I think, is mentally retraining your brain to believe that you can have the life that you want and create it exactly as you want to. So talk to me a little bit about that journey for you.
I mean, I think I always kind of knew that I wasn't really cut out for that 9 to 5. I mean, even in high school, I was a good kid in high school, but I skipped class all of the time. And I did it with, kind of good excuses like, oh, I'm the president of this club and I have to go do this thing. I mean, I was a good kid, but I was kind of doing what I wanted. And I continue to be that way. So I know that I'm going to be happier if I can support myself and pay rent and all those things. And to do that, you need to earn money. But I didn't do great in my 9 to 5 professional jobs when I applied my major. And I was really kind of what a lot of people might describe as like a bit of a loser. I mean, I didn't think I was, but, compared to what was kind of expected of me, I wasn't really meeting expectations. And so it wasn't until I, you know, founded the Solo Female Traveler Network that it was sort of like, hey, family, friends, world, I am not a loser. I found my thing. And I don't know what the future of SoFe is going to be, but I now am very confident that I am not meant to sit behind a desk and have that life. But I also want to say that for some people, that's what they want. They want the ease because, as you said, it's really really hard to be kind of like this entrepreneur hustler.
Yep. Out of the box, just doing it. And I think you're right. I think the world needs all kinds of people, right? Obviously, that's what makes the world go round. And I do envy people that are able to just have a job and be content like that. That's their thing. Feel fine working for someone and
Hmm.
all the things. I'm just untamable. I'm a terrible corporate person. I break rules just because I think they need to be broken and it doesn't have to. I'm like, I don't get it. You're telling me what to do. I'm so confused right now. Like, just not that rigid. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe I don't want to use the word rigid because everybody has their place, but I love this so much for you. What a beautiful journey. And what was your favorite? Do you go on the trips or do you
I,
just
I
organize
go
them?
on some of them. I mean, we run about 30 a year, so I'm, not able to go on all of them, but I go on the ones that I just want to go on and B, maybe if they're newer, I go. If I haven't been in a long time, I go. If we have a lot of repeat travelers, so if a lot of them are going on one departure, I tend to want to go. So yeah.
Are you going to organize a cruise? I want to go on a cruise.
Um, we have done we've done like a cruise to Antarctica, which we'll probably do
That's
again.
cool. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
We do, we'll do a cruise if there's a reason. I do want to do like a live aboard type trip sometime in the next couple years, but kind of like Carnival cruise, we're probably never going to do that. Or like Royal Caribbean, probably not. But if you go to like our Facebook groups and ask other women if they want to do that kind of thing, you'll probably get some yeses and you can kind of organize it that way.
I gotcha. I love this so much. Um, so where are you located? Right, what part of the country?
I live in San Diego.
Oh, okay. You did tell me that you're in California. Is that where you grew up?
I was born in California, but we moved all the time when I was a kid. So, yeah, I didn't really grow up anywhere really.
Yeah. And so it's just you in the company, or you have other people working
I
at
mean,
the?
I'm the sole founder and 100% owner, but I do have a small team who help me in the day to day. And then I also have a team in every country that we operate in.
Well, that's amazing. How do you find that?
Oh, many different ways. Sometimes it's people I've met in my own travels. Sometimes they're recommendations from people in the industry. Sometimes they're people who have sent me a very genuinely compelling email, and that's just kind of how the relationship begins. And sometimes my travelers will recommend people, but yeah, I mean, all of our partnerships are really based on the relationship. Like, obviously at the end of the day they have to be really good at their job, but a lot of people are good at their job. I want the people who I feel understand us and who I like the most and who I would want to spend like 12 to 14 days with every single day from, wake up to bedtime. So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely have a process for how I choose and put together those relationships.
Yeah. So when you're on the trips, are you rooming with other people or everybody gets their own room? How does that work?
So with the base cost of the tour, it includes a shared room. So you would be partnered up with another traveler. We have a bespoke roommate matching quiz that was designed by a matchmaker psychologist person. So we do try to put women together who have the best chance of being besties. Um,
Hmm.
but also we have the option to kind of upgrade to a private room as well.
I love this so much. This like answers so much of the disconnection, I feel like. And because when you're at, I don't know how old you are, but I'm close to 50. And I've lost so many good friends over the years because, you're constantly evolving and changing. You have no idea who you are when you're young, right?
Yeah.
And so people just don't stick around. And I was just telling my sister today, I think that's one of the most heartbreaking parts of life, more so than romantic relationships ending, is losing your friends, and then you find yourself in midlife and you're like, man, I mean, where are all the cool women?
Yeah. I mean, I think that what you said is so true. I think it's a big trade-off when you are the kind of person who wants to be on the road and experiencing new things and very curious about things that are far away from you. I think that makes I think it says that you're a person who is trying and always evolving, which naturally makes you grow out of friendships. But also, um, I think you're right. I think a lot of travelers feel this way. And I think that a really beautiful thing is when you go on these trips or even when you travel solo and you're open to whatever comes your way, you meet other people who feel the same way. You meet other people who are just as weird as you are, like
Mhm.
open-minded as you are and different from kind of the norm. So
Mhm.
that's my favorite part about being on my own tours is the people for sure.
Yeah, you're connecting human beings, and that's how we evolve, is through connection.
I,
There's no evolution that happens in isolation. So it's such a beautiful gift that you're given to so many women who just feel alone, and isolated. And I think also, when you go through major transitions in your life, like a divorce or losing a job or deconstructing your faith, like I did, you're faced with, well, God, I am inexperienced in this new world. Like, what are people like in here, right?
Mhm.
So you're like pairing people with similar interests that are just as brave as each other, right? You're traveling
Mhm.
to a country by yourself. Ah, that's such a beautiful thing you're doing. I love it so much.
Thanks. I mean, I have to give credit to the amazing women who come on our tours, though. Like, you have to come with like an open mind and an open heart and be a little bit vulnerable, right? So, if it weren't for them, none of this would be possible. So, yeah, I've made even some of my favorite travel friends have come from my own tours, which I'm really grateful for.
So you just what was I going to say? You just started the thing and then you realized there was a need and then it just escalated it from there.
Yeah,
Don't you think that's how we're supposed to live? Like
I like to think so.
follow your joy, chase what lights you up. The answer is like illuminated when you do that, right? We try to like make sense of everything that's happening and control it, really, when the magic is in just letting it unfold,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I also think that a balance with I say this because I've just seen so many people, especially women, tend to fall into this. You know, they want to chase what makes them happy, but you also have to remember like what people want, what people are willing to pay for, what is actually worth, what is it worth, what you want to give, you know? Because I think that a narrative, and I'm going to get a little like businessy for a second, but I think a narrative that I hear often in women only spaces is listen to your heart, like kind of create what you want to see in the world, which is definitely true, and I'm an example of that. However, at the end of the day, if what you want to see in the world is not something that people are able or willing to pay for, then you don't have a business. So I think, you know, that feeling in balance with the thinking, the logic, the kind of proven methodologies of entrepreneurship is, you know, a good balance to have
Oh,
if
for
you are
sure.
somebody who's like going out and trying to be an entrepreneur.
Well, yeah, nothing happens without action. It's not going to just like uh, land in your lap. But if you love it, then wild horses can't keep you from doing the thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how I live my life. I'm like, if I feel it in my bones, and I will work day and night because it lights me up, right?
Hmm.
Um, I was thinking the other day, someone told me once having a job is just over broke, being just over broke. And, I was thinking through, I live in this small town where, as single mothers, they have like multiple jobs, right? They just keep trying to find ways to make money. And I'm like, I wonder if they would just relax into, let me do something I love and focus all my attention on that. Then the money flows, right? Have you researched manifestation at all?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. I I'm not trying to be disagreeable, but also I just I think that for some people that method, like, it works. I mean, it definitely works. Some of it is because some people have more of a natural business ability than others, and some people sometimes it's luck. But like, I mean, I would love it if the world, if everyone, especially women, could, you know, do for a living what makes them really happy and what makes them really feel fulfilled. But I also don't think it's the reality. I actually don't think that everyone is meant to do that. I think some of us are, but some people aren't. So, you know, I have these conversations sometimes. People might ask me for some of my time, and they'll tell me a business idea that they have, or they'll tell me what they really want to do, and I can usually tell you within 10 minutes if this person is ever going to be successful. And it's not about what their idea is, because ideas do pivot, and they evolve and they change, but it's mostly about if they've taken any action. And some people are not actually action oriented. You know, you can spend 3 months, 6 months designing your logo, but that's not business. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not, I don't want to sound negative, because I do think that if anyone hears this and feels if they're a little bit mad at me, good, then go do that thing. Like, maybe you're meant to, but not everyone's meant to. Some people want it is easier to work for someone else. It is more predictable. It is more secure. So, they should be proud of that, you know? Like, yeah.
Maybe that's their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying I think that the reality is people aren't going to chase their dreams, that they just don't. They think dreams are for other people, not them.
Mhm.
And that's a limited belief. I think they have the opportunity if they want to take it, but most people don't take it. They feel
Yeah.
fine just, I feel comfortable. I don't like to be threatened. I don't like change. I certainly
Mhm.
don't like pissing anybody off because I'm so deeply embedded in this like people pleasing idea that I have. expectations of other people. As women, we take all that shit on, right?
Yeah.
I need my children to be okay. I need them to be happy. They're number one, whatever
Mhm.
it is, whatever the story is. My
Mhm.
spouse. Like
Mhm.
I'm in the midst of figuring out dating again. I feel like this is like a constant evolutionary idea for me. And I just landed on I don't need anybody, right? I am here for it if it lights me up. Like that's it. I just want someone that I enjoy being with, full stop, without any expectations, right?
Mhm.
And the shtick is when you do find someone that lights you up, we get so lost in the narrative of like forgetting who we are, right? And like our all the butterflies start like mingling with our brain and we like don't function very well. It's like it's a chore to beat back the narratives that we've been told to play out when we're dating, right? That
Yeah.
romantic love is the thing. And I was like, it was never about romantic love for another person. It was always about loving yourself, choosing
Mhm.
yourself above everybody all the time, consistently. And then
Yeah.
everything else kind of overflows from that. So, do you find that like when I saw some of your stuff, I think I saw it on TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's when I saw your stuff. I had the thought it was always about these women that are transforming their lives, right? They're doing something pivotal. They're taking back who they are. And so they go on these journeys like eat, pray, love or something like that. Do you
Mhm.
find that that's the case for a lot of people? Like they're just kind of figuring out who they are?
Yeah, I think solo travel in general really is the best tool to figure out who you are. I mean, I can't think of another way where you find out that quickly how capable you are, how you respond under deep pressure and stress and even loneliness, right? It's not always it's being on the road alone can get lonely. How do you respond? Um, yeah, so I definitely see a lot of women searching for something outside of themselves, searching for a feeling of like aliveness or a feeling of peace
Mm.
or searching for connection, all those things. I think all those things are very likely to happen to people when they travel. So, yeah.
Do you have like any cool stories that you want to share about like women connecting on these trips?
Oh my gosh, I mean, I have so many examples. I think my favorite thing about it all is that now that it's been some years, right? Like we've been running these tours for 8 years. We've sort of accidentally collected this group of repeat travelers. And what's really cool about it is that, some of them meet on this one trip and then they form these really strong friendships. And then they plan another trip with us and they invite the friends that they met on that last trip. And some of them come and then they meet new women on this trip. And it just sort of snowballs into this thing. And then, then every year we have usually at least one departure with mostly repeat travelers. And they don't necessarily all know each other, but they will. And it's just this beautiful group of women who are frequent travelers, really like there because they already understand what SoFe tours are about connection, about fun, about being a little bit vulnerable and having the best time ever. So, I mean, yeah, I have like loads of very specific examples, but that to me that's what I look forward to every year is one of those trips.
Yeah, just baseline connecting people. I love it.
Mm.
When you were talking about being an entrepreneur, so tell me, you said you can notice within 10 minutes whether they're going to be successful or not. What do you think is missing when you notice that in someone? You said lack of action.
Yeah, I think that having ideas is easy. Everybody has ideas. In fact, I think somebody way more brilliant than me, I don't remember who, said that every single person on the planet will have $1 million idea, at least one in their lifetime. And yeah, because ideas are easy, but it's the execution of those ideas that's not easy and
Mhm.
takes a certain amount of gumption, right? And especially when you're like starting from nothing, if you have no money and no experience, like, I mean, especially then. But
Mhm.
sometimes when I talk to people, it's, I don't want to be mean and say that they're never going to be successful, right? But probably they're not going to actually ever really start the thing. If you bring up like, oh, what should my what should my colors be for my new company? I don't know. I'm not a branding expert and I don't care. Like, that's not, that's, so when you have the vision, the colors of your website are like,
Right.
are nothing in the scheme of
Right.
things. And I think it's really that mindset. It's not something that you can't learn. You can learn it. You can, anybody is able to shift their thinking, but I just think that perception, that kind of limited way of like, you're only able to see the very next step in front of you and make it this huge thing is I'm really using too many words to explain this, but it it's it's you need to have the big picture. It's a helicopter view. And if you don't
Yes.
have it, then you need to get it.
Yes, I agree with that. And I was also thinking, also, it takes forever to, to build something worth keeping. Like, I had a business for 13 years when I was in New Orleans, and it was persistence, waking up every day and not knowing how I was going to make payroll and just persisting. I don't
Mm,
know how I did it, but it was like I had the gumption to like wade through the shit, right? And not get bogged down by the small details that will throw you off if you let them, right?
yeah.
That is part of it too, is just continuing to go.
Yeah, I mean, they say that, like, I mean, I don't remember who said this either. I think it's just kind of a general entrepreneurship idea, but they the idea of, you, like, most small businesses fail, but
Mhm,
if you stick with it, if you don't give up, you're probably not going
mhm,
to fail. And it
right.
sounds like a little obvious, but it's really not obvious, because there are times when, even, with my company, we existed during the pandemic. We had zero sales for almost 2 years. How does a company survive that? The
Mhm,
smart thing to do maybe would have been to close, but I wasn't interested in closing. I did everything I could and took on a lot of risk and debt on myself in order
mhm.
to stay alive. And, we're still struggling from the pandemic in some ways, but we're back. I mean, we're running great tours around the world. We have more new destinations and new travelers. Like, I could have given up, and I'm glad, of course, that I didn't. But it's really just persistence.
Yeah, I agree with that. Did you have like a lot of support like in your personal life to keep going, or
Not particularly, no.
no? Yeah, that usually kills a deal, when you've got someone in your ear telling you, just give up. Yeah, this isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Blah. I love that you kept going. It's a benefit to everyone, and you're not done. Clearly, like
Yeah.
you're only in this 8 years.
Hmm.
Isn't that kind of cool to think about? Like, what am I going to be like in 10 years? Because I've
Yeah.
evolved so much.
I know.
In
I'm excited. Like, only good things, really.
Yeah, what's next? I'm like entering my old lady phase where people are going to get up and give me their seat.
I mean, that's a power all by itself.
I know, right? Oh my God. And the world changes when women come together, when we support one another. Like,
Hmm.
you go, girl. I got you. Those are who I like in my corner. People that would just think that I'm killing it, even
Yeah.
if I'm not. They're
Yeah.
like, I think you're adorable and precious, and I'm here for it. Whatever. Like, where was that? When we were growing up,
Yeah.
we were taught to be so competitive with one another, and
Hmm.
the world just lights up when women are bond together through what? Pain, maybe
Hmm.
being
Through,
overlooked.
yeah, through anything really. I think, like, why are we why do we step on each other when the world is already doing like such a good job of that as it is?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I'm all about supporting women, even people who are competitors with me. If you're a woman doing it on your own, I'm here for it.
Hmm.
There's plenty of travel to be had all around. So
Hmm.
yeah.
No, I agree. And we light up when we're leaning into that anyways, that fully accepting other people and being cheerleaders and wanting you to shine because that makes me also shine, right?
Mhm.
It's a beautiful thing. It's like it's how we're meant to evolve. That's the only word I can come up with.
I agree.
So are you in the dating world or are you just totally uninterested in that?
I mean, I would love to meet the right person. I would love to meet the right guy, but honestly, I go to a lot of local kind of events. They tend to kind of focus around owning a business or being in business, which is not the sexiest way to meet someone, I've discovered. Um, I get on the apps and then I get right off the apps and do that whole dance. But I am taking some classes as in like as an effort to just meet new people, like men and women. And one of those classes is is a stand up comedy class. And I have to say, like, A, I'm terrified. I don't have jokes. Like, but B, like the people in that class are really interesting. Like, definitely different. Some travelers in there, so that's been fun. Whether it'll lead to dates, I don't know. But like at least, being around more people, I feel like is a step. I don't know.
That's so fun that you're doing that. I love that. So you just live this out. This is your life is I'm just going to continue to learn new things and grow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I did do a a TEDx talk very recently, and the whole topic was about doing like shared first, like recreating the traveler connection when you meet people and you bond really quickly, trying to recreate that at home. And I believe that we can. And I believe it's through things that kind of put us out of our comfort zone and we're doing them together with other people. So, got to live what I preach, right? So, I'm
Oh, I
joining.
love that. Yes. How was the TEDx talk?
Oh, it was a great experience. Very intense, very self-reflective. Great experience. Yeah.
I mean, are you comfortable in public speaking roles?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I can't say that I've done loads of it, and there are a lot of skills like I could, be building and will work on, but yeah, I mean, it's fun. It was fun.
Yeah, when I was in college, one of my classes was public speaking, and I was terrified. From the moment I found out the date of our speech, I was nervous, like sick, nervous in my body. And
Yeah.
the day of the speech, it was like a 9 a.m. class. I drank a bottle of wine
Oh.
for my speech, and I nailed it. And I went back to my seat, and people were like, "That was amazing." I'm like, "Thanks." I was so buzzed, but I was like, that was the only way I could get through it. And now I find it hilarious because I don't mind public speaking at all. It doesn't
Yeah.
do any. But the difference between those two little girls, like, oh, she was like what, 19, terrified of people, so insecure in her skin, and to this, good God, is like a journey getting here, right? I had to get beat the fuck up to get here.
Yeah, I feel you for sure.
I mean, what would you say to your like 19-year-old self?
Oh my gosh. I don't even think my 19-year-old self would even have any concept of what I would be talking about if I said something to her. Like, at 19, I was just living the life I was told to live. Like, get good grades, go to school, get a good job, meet a nice man, buy the house, have the kids. Like, I don't know. I was just doing it. I didn't know yet. I didn't know myself at all. And I didn't know yet uh, anything. I didn't know
Right.
what else was possible. I didn't know that there was another way. I didn't know that I wouldn't like that. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to really
Is
think
it
about
the
that question,
change?
actually.
I know. And this is another thing that just dawned on me while you were speaking. Like you've only met people as deeply as you've met yourself, right? And at
Yeah.
19, like you haven't met yourself real deeply. You
Yeah.
really have no idea who you are, what you're about. I love that so much. And now you're like, oh, you had, girl, you just wait. But you're right. I don't think there's language for it. And especially had I been the recipient of such a speech, I would have been like, oh, I don't get
Yeah, you're like, okay, old lady. Like,
it.
yeah.
It's so true. Oh my
But
gosh.
I like what you said though. I say that often as well. You only can meet others as deeply as you've met yourself. I think about that a lot. I think about that when I meet someone new. I think of that about that a lot in dating actually.
Hmm.
I find that that's when it's the most applicable. But
Hmm.
yeah, I like that. I like that. You're right. I'm going to be thinking about that. What would I say to my 19-year-old self?
Mm. In a way that she would get it.
Yeah. Also, though, like the things that we've gone through, like since 19 to now to make us who we are,
Right.
geez, I don't even know that I would want to tell her. I don't like,
Right.
I don't know
Right.
what.
It's
What's
true.
going on?
It is so true. I was thinking today, I was like, I feel like I'm in the pinnacle of my career. And then I felt my older self laugh at me like, oh girl, you have no idea what's coming. Like you think you're prepared today. You just wait. You're gonna be like a fine wine in 10
Yeah.
years. I mean, it's so exciting.
Yeah. I agree.
I love it. We have like such so much wisdom now that we have wrinkles.
Hmm.
I love it. Well, is there anything you want? Tell us where to find you on all the things, all the platforms.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can go to our website. We actually have a free, no email required, fun Cosmos style quiz to tell you where you should travel next. So
Okay.
it's fun.
Wait,
Um,
tell me the website again.
it's the solo female traveler network.com
Okay.
for or sofetravel.com, SOFE travel.com.
Okay.
We're on Instagram. Our handle is solo female travel.
Okay.
And we do have TikTok, although it's largely neglected. I don't even know the handle off the top of my head. So one moment.
I get that.
SOFE travel.
SOFE travel on
Yes,
TikTok.
on TikTok. Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
And then, of
Um,
course, there's Facebook. We have, over 500,000 members in our Facebook group, totally free, of course, to join. So look us
I
up.
love it. I love it. That is so fantastic. I just love this for you so much. And for all the women that you're doing this for, what a gift.
Thank you.
Such a gift. They're making friends for life, right? I mean,
Definitely.
it's so beautiful. Well, thank you for taking time to be with me today. I
Yeah,
loved it so
thank you
much.
for having me. We'll have to get you on a tour one day.
Oh my gosh, yes. I've got kids, so once they're out of the house, maybe I'll have more time to myself.
Sounds good.
Okay, you're the best.
You're
Enjoy
the
your
best.
day and don't go anywhere. Hang on.